So if you were watching endurance sports car racing in the 80s and early 90s, obviously, whether it was ESPN Speed World or American Sports Cavalcade, you, like I, were watching IMSA GTP and Camel Lights along with the World Sports Car Championship, Group C and C2 cars. And it was just part of your lifeblood. It was what you grew up. It's what you loved. It was a great era in racing. These cars, the GTPs and the Group Cs, were just loved by so many people, and they still are loved by lots of people. And, you know, Jaguar, Mercedes, Nissan, and then obviously Porsche, all in GTP and Group C, were just such prominent figures. And rightfully so, the main protagonists of that era, the Porsche 962, the Nissans, the Jaguars, they got much of the limelight, which they should have. But the Camel Lights class also had a lot of great racing in it, a lot of great teams, a lot of great drivers. And even in that class, you know, the Spices, the Kudzus, they got a little bit more of the attention and the glory. And for the purpose of this video, this is, even the Fab car, the Porsche Fab car, got a little bit more attention than this car, the Porsche powered Royale. And for this video, just for no other reason than for a little bit of fun, because I grew up watching this car and liking this car, I'm gonna just highlight a couple things about that car and its history. So first and foremost, this book, it's Powered by Porsche by Roy Smith. If you do not own this book, you need to buy this book. It is fabulous. You can get it on Amazon. Roy did a comprehensive book covering cars that were powered by Porsches but were not built by the Porsche factory. Everything is in this car, and obviously for the purpose of this video, the Porsche powered Royale. Here's a look at the front of the sales brochure for the Royale. Actually, this is out of Roy's book. He generously used it. Actually, in his book, I supplied these images to him, and he included them in his book. I even got credit for it. It was kind of neat to be a part of the project. But this shows the yellow paint scheme that the sales brochure showed the car. And that's the paint job that Dennis Frick, who owned it the longest, had it in that livery when he owned it. Some more images of the sales brochure. And obviously, most of this content is about the car when it was owned by Dennis Frick, who owned it actually for, I think, almost 2 decades. However, you'll see that Mandy Gonzalez was the main primary man behind this program. He campaigned the car in IMSA competition. He and Ernesto Soto drove the car along with multiple other co-drivers, but they competed, you name it, Daytona, Columbus, Sebring. The car raced all over and even did very well, finishing 9th overall and 2nd in class at Daytona in 1986. The car has been restored beautifully by Gunnar Racing back to this paint job. This is the paint job that the car had in 1986 when it finished 2nd in class. The new owner, I understand, is enjoying it. It was actually displayed by Gunnar Racing at the Rolex 24 Heritage Display this year, which is great to see the car out and about. And here's the car in 1989, which was special to me because that was when I saw the car in the pits and on track for the first time live in person as a kid at the Rolex 24. And then here's the car at Rennsport Reunion in 2004 when it was owned by Dennis Frick. Now again, the Mandy Gonzalez was the main guy behind the car when it raced in period, which I don't know the exact number of races, but it competed in the IMSA GTP Camel Lights class. Again, like I said, Daytona, Sebring, Miami, Columbus, whole bunch of races. He is the one who drove the car in period. And then I believe for close to 2 decades, it was owned by Dennis Frick, who is the owner-operator of Europa Macchina, which is a restoration facility for all cars, but specifically mainly 356 and 911 Porsches. Here is the car at the 2005 Porsche Parade in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And then here's the car at the 2004 Rennsport Reunion at Daytona in 2004. The car currently, like, I don't know the current owner. I understand though that it was, like I mentioned, returned to the extra race livery that was 1986 paint job on the car by Gunnar Racing. A beautiful, beautiful job by Kevin Jeanette at Gunnar Racing. And the current owner is enjoying the car, and it was on display at the Rolex 24 Heritage exhibit this year. So it's great to know the car is still out and getting in front of people and being enjoyed. So this is kind of neat. This is the scale wind tunnel model that was used for the Porsche Royale. In the yellow livery from the brochure. Customized Dennis Frick, Mandy Gonzalez. Dennis, again, was the owner of the car for nearly 2 decades, maybe over 2 decades. And it is in that yellow livery from the brochure. And as we mentioned before, the car has now been restored. Here's a different angle of it. And one more angle from the front.